Good evening students, welcome to class. Today we are going to discuss about the first chapter from political science, that is what is democracy and why democracy. Yes, all of you once listen this class, it may be useful in your revision. Yes, what is a democracy? Democracy is a Greek language word. And here, what is the meaning of demos? People. And kratia, it is power or rule. Okay, remember these meanings, very important. And here we have one general definition for democracy. What is that? Democracy is a form of government. This is very important, ma. Democracy is a form of government in which rulers are elected by the people. Rulers are elected by the people. That type of government is called as a democratic government. Yes, here we are going to discuss about some features of democracy. Already we discussed in the class. This video will be help you in revision. That's why I am making this video. Yes, what are the features of democracy? Here we have main 4 features. What are the 4 features? First one is major decisions by the elected leaders. Okay, the taking of major decisions must be in the hands of elected leaders. Yes, here one example is given. Which type of country is called as a democratic country? Here example is given about Pakistan. In that Pakistan, what happened? In the year of 1999, the General Musharraf Parvez or Parvez Musharraf, he is a military officer. In the year of 1999, at that time, Nawab Sharif is the president of Pakistan. In the presence of General Musharraf Parvez, the military coup occurred in Pakistan, and that General Musharraf Parvez, he overthrew that Nawab Sharif and he occupied that president position. And in the year of 2022, he conducted a referendum. That referendum granted him a 5 years extension. Okay, in which year he conducted referendum? That is very important. That is 2002. Okay, this about this example you have to be write in the exam. First you have to be write that first feature and give one example. So here General Parvez, he is not a elected candidate. Okay, here some elected representatives also there in that Pakistan government, but the president is a not elected person. So that Pakistan, it is not called as a democratic country. Okay, this is the first feature. In a democracy, the final decision making power must be rest those elected by the people. Okay, and the second feature is free and fair elections. Yes, we discussed about so many examples in China. In China, if anybody want to contest in the elections, they have to be take permission from the Communist Party. Which party? Communist Party. In a democratic country, actually anyone he want to be contest in the election, he should be fill the nomination and he will get permission from that election commission. But here the peoples who want to be contest in the elections, they want to be take permission from the Communist Party. It is against to the democratic rule. There is no freedom to those peoples to participate in the elections. Okay, the name of the China's parliament is National People Congress. Okay, remember this point. National People Congress is the name of the China's parliament. That is one example. And we discussed about Mexico also. In Mexico, after every 6 years, they will conduct elections. After every 6 years. Okay, right. In these elections, the PRI, Institutional Revolutionary Party, very important. The abbreviation is very important. That PRI party, it is playing some dirty tricks in election. There is no fair elections. These here both China and Mexico. In China, there is no freedom to the people to contest in the election. In Mexico, there is no fair elections. Okay, these are the two examples for free and fair elections. If free and fair elections conducted, there is a choice to lose the election to that party which is currently in the power. Okay, this is a second feature of democracy. A democracy must be based on the free and fair election. And the third feature is one person, one vote, one value. In a democratic country, every person, even if he is a CM, he is a PM, he is a beggar, or he is a common person, they must be have same vote value. But here, in some countries, some exception cases are there. In Saudi Arabia, women got a right to vote in the year of 2015. Until 2015, they didn't have right to vote. In Estonia, the Russian minorities, they have less vote value when we compare with the Estonia citizens. And in same Fiji also. In Fiji, the Indian Fijis, they have less value when we compare with the Fiji citizen. Yes, in class I clearly explained about these things. This is a revision class, that's why just I am highlighting the points. Okay. In a democratic country, every person, they must be have same equal value. Here every adult, they are getting a right to vote according to universal adult franchise. Okay, what is the third feature? Third feature, in a democracy, each adult citizen must have one voter and each voter must have one value. And that fourth feature is rule of law and respect for rights. Here we discussed about Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe got independence from white minorities in the year 1980. Very important. Okay, after getting independence, the JANU PF party, the head of the party is Robert Mugabe. He elected as president, and he is the one of the person who fought for the independence. After become president, that Robert Mugabe, he is not following the democratic rules. He is not listening the words of that opposite parties. If anyone protest against that government, he punished those persons. Okay, yes, he crossed his limits. What this feature is telling us, in a democratic government, rulers, they must be within the limits set by the constitutional law and citizens' right. These are the four features. You have to be write a feature and you have to give the example also. Okay, now we are going to discuss about arguments in favor of democracy and arguments against democracy. Here argument against democracy we can call as a demerits of democracy, and arguments in favor of democracy we can call as a merits of democracy. Okay, first one is leaders in arguments against democracy. The first one is leaders keep changing in democracy. This leads to instability. Yes, in India, after every 5 years, elections will be conducted. In that elections, the previous persons, they may be lose or they may be own. If they lose, the persons will be changed. Here, instability will be occur. Okay. The next one is power play. The political, what is sense? The political competition is there in between the political parties. This political competition, it leads to there is no scope for morality. Okay, and in democracy, it is a main drawback. Delay in taking decisions. Delay in taking decisions. And the elected peoples, they don't know which things are which one is best for the people who are living in the rural areas. Okay, and corruption. The next one is the ordinary people, the village peoples, the uneducated peoples. They didn't have the knowledge in elections. They don't know to whom they have to be give their vote. Okay, some persons they are they are motivating those peoples, and they are giving some kind of things or money, and they are buying the votes. Okay, these are the arguments against democracy. Okay, we can call as a demerits also. Then what are the merits? It is a accountable government. In democracy, every government is a accountable government. They have to be give explanation to the opposite parties. They have to be give explanation to the media. They have to give answer to the people. It is not possible in monarch government. It is not possible in a dictator government. But it is possible in a democratic government only. Here also we discussed one example. That is about China. In China, 1958, in the 1960 time, in the time, the famine is occurred. Why the famine is occurred? Due to that democratic rules. Okay, right. The next one is here in demerits we discussed about that taking they are taking to so much time to decide something. Okay, here we are discussing about they are taking time, but they are coming out with a good quality of decisions. Yeah, quality of decisions. Okay, right. And it is dealing with the differences and conflicts. Okay, and democracy enhances the dignity of citizens. It is providing rights to the citizens. It is providing some duties to the citizens. Like that, democratic government, they are enhancing the dignity of citizens. Okay, and democracy, it is giving choice to us to correct our own mistakes. These are some of the merits. These two questions are very, very important. Once all of you watch this video, and if you didn't have notes, just note down these points. After that, one more point I want to be tell here, which is the best example for the democratic government. That is a Grama Sabha is the best example for the democratic government. Okay, once all of you watch this video, thank you.